Hi guys, it's me Sujoy over here. Back with another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about our Vietnam countryside people friendly to foreigners. So spoiler alert, um, no, and I will give you my personal reasons. So I'm making this video primarily for my Vietnamese audience, and the title of this video is going to be in Vietnam in Vietnamese, so that I can try to spread the awareness over here when it comes to my challenges of living here in at the countryside. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sujoy, and I'm from India, and I've been living here in Vietnam for over 5 years now. And I've been staying here at the countryside, which is called as Long An, for a year now. I rent a full house out here. Um, and I used to teach English for 3.5 years. And then I started my digital marketing business online. And I'm also doing full time YouTube. I also teach English part time. Um, so I'm going to be talking about my personal experience. So I'm coming from India. I'm a person of color. I have dark brown skin, and so I want to talk about my personal experience of living here at the countryside for 1 year now. I mean, I've already completed 1 year. So I want to talk about my challenges and why I feel that I feel that the Vietnam countryside people, they're not friendly, and what are so these are my personal experiences. Okay, so I'm going to be talking from my personal experience, and I just thought of just sharing it out, and to be honest, I'm kind of now frustrated, living here at the countryside for a year. It's not because of the environment. It's not because of the nature. I love the nature. There's a lot of clean air. It's definitely cheaper compared to Ho Chi Minh City, even the cost of living. But the only thing which is very difficult for me to survive over here at the countryside are the people. Not everyone's friendly, and it kind of gets sometimes very dangerous. And I just don't feel safe anymore. I just don't feel safe anymore living out here at the countryside, especially here at Long An, um, which is like 45 minutes drive from to Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm going to be sharing my personal experiences. Yeah, so I've been living in Ho Chi Minh City for I think for 4 years. And of course, when I was in the city, everything was different, hustle and bustle. You can see a lot of foreigners, a lot of places to eat. And then, I said that, I want to shift to somewhere. I want to, and, the accommodation was kind of becoming a bit expensive for me to live in Ho Chi Minh City. And I said that, okay, I really want to go to an affordable accommodation. And I was recommended by one of my expat friends. He's a teacher. He's gone back to South Africa. So he was leaving his apartment, and he said that, why don't you take it up in the countryside? I have an apartment over there. I have a house over there. Um, so I said, okay, fine. I'll come, and I made that big decision to transfer myself from Ho Chi Minh City and coming to Long An, which is the countryside. Initially, everything was kind of very different, completely, like, the environment. Of course, yes, you have a lot of clean air, a lot of nature, not very expensive, kind of very affordable. Initially, for the first 2 months, it was kind of nice, and I just felt like this is altogether a different Vietnam for me completely. And I know there are a lot of YouTube videos out there, about some foreigners going to the countryside, but they have not been living there long, like I have been doing. So I've been living here for over a year now. So what really I mean, so when I came to the countryside, the first thing I noticed was that there are no foreigners. Okay, there are no foreigners. There are no Western foreigners. There are no other foreigners coming with. I don't see any different nationalities. Yeah, there are factories out here, which are predominantly run by Chinese nationals or something. But it's just that altogether, started living out here, and kind of became so isolated. Just became so isolated. And even like the house is nice. I have a full 2-story home, and it's just that what really saddens me are the people, the neighbors. Also, um, it's sad. I don't have friendly neighbors. I'm staying here at Long An, which is, I think specifically it's Mayan Long An. Yeah. So sad that the neighbors, they're not friendly. I even tried my best to just to say hello to them, or but it's just that they're not mixing at all. And it's such a bad, it gives me a bad impression of the Vietnam culture. I know Vietnam culture is not like this. I mean, especially when I was in Ho Chi Minh City, it was a bit different. But it's just that I felt so much out of place, and it's just that constantly being isolated, no friends, they're not mixing people. And I tried my best, just to say hello, or but it's just that so sad that they don't want to communicate with me. Even if they don't speak English, that's fine with me. But it's just that everybody, I feel so disconnected. I feel so disconnected living out here in Long An now. It's just that the neighbors, they're absolutely not friendly. They don't want to mix with me. I feel discriminated. Yes, I do encounter a lot of racism also over here living at the countryside. Constantly being stared at, because I look different. But if you stare at a foreigner, if you're smiling, that's a different story. But if you're just staring at somebody, like with a serious face, that really is not good for the Vietnam culture. Okay. It's so sad to see, like, I'm coming from India, and when we have Vietnamese tourists coming to India, visit India, we are friendly. We're super friendly with the Vietnamese tourists. And these Vietnamese tourists, they travel all parts of India, cities, small towns, and we're very friendly people. But it's so sad that living here for a year now, it's really got on to me. It's just that the neighbors are not friendly. They don't want to mix with me. No hi, hello, nothing. It's just that sometimes they just look at me with hate. And of course, we're having some new neighbors now at this home, next to my home and all that. They're absolutely not mixing people. And I have to be very careful here at the countryside, because you can fall in very bad trouble if you're a foreigner coming to the countryside. People get it's just that you can fall into a fight. You have to be very careful. I mean, I'm just sharing my personal experiences, constantly being stared at. Yeah, I have encountered a lot of racism over here at the countryside here at Long An. So it's just that absolutely, I went through so much of anxiety, isolation. And like whenever I go to Ho Chi Minh City, I feel kind of better because there are other foreigners, and of course, it's the mindset is a bit different. But if you are going to be staying here at a countryside for a long time, um, it's going to get on. It's going to be very difficult for you. Like, okay, you can. It's good to experience if you're coming here for a week, but if you're going to be staying here for say even for 6 months or for a year, you're going to feel that isolation. You're going to feel very, very isolated. And it's just that I tried my best to be friendly with the people over here in Long An, but it's just that even the neighbors and everything, but it's just that they just don't want to mix. They don't want to mix with me. They're very unfriendly. Um, and I have to, and I've decided to make this decision that I want to go back to the city, and I'm going to be shifting back to the city in another 1 to 2 weeks time, because it is really affecting my mental health. And of course I do face racism here at the countryside. The mindset of the people over here, they're very different. It's just that they have this in their mind that oh, we are very superior people or something. That's so wrong. It's just that they're not friendly. I've never had this encounter here for a year where some people from the countryside want to come and talk to me or something. It's a very difficult life. I mean, apart from the affordable standard of living, the cheap standard of living, and the nature, the clean air, that's all good. But yes, the people will get on to you. The people will get on to you. You will feel isolated. Um, and I don't think it's going easy for me now anymore, because I've been living here for a year now, over a year at Long An. The neighbors are not friendly, and I feel constantly isolated. I get I encounter racism, and it's just a very, very difficult environment for me. And it's so sad to see that I have to see Vietnam in this way. I feel like, is this the culture of Vietnam? Because I know for sure that if a Vietnam tourist is coming to my country, he or she will make a lot of friends back home. So it's sad. Yes, racism does exist a lot here at the countryside. If you're staying here on the countryside, you will be encountering a lot of racism, isolation, anxiety. So yeah, I would not recommend foreigners to come and stay here out here at the countryside. Like if you're looking for a long-term stay, it's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult for you. It's going to get on to you. I mean, the mindset of the people is going to get on to you. Coming here for a short stay, for experiencing the countryside, is all good. But yeah, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. And I just didn't expect this to happen. So yeah, I mean, I'm just sharing my personal experience. Being an Indian tourist out here, not a tourist, an Indian expat over here in Vietnam for over 5 years. So that's the sad reality. And I'm deciding to shift back to the city very, very soon. for my mental health and to feel better and to get my life back. Because no matter what a comfortable home I have, but if the people out here are not friendly, and if you're constantly being isolated, it's going to be very, very difficult for any foreigner. So, please pass on this message, try to understand what I have gone through. And it's just that it's just a sad state of affair. Yeah, so just make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I just wanted to share my personal experience of staying out here at the countryside for over a year as an Indian. Yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely very difficult. Yeah. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. All the best. Come on. Thank you. Peace out.